Okay, this is part 2 of my Disney DVDs, starting right where I left off. Next up we have a Goofy movie. This is a good movie, one of my favorites as a kid. I recently watched it again, not too long ago, and it's still pretty good. Not the greatest, though. And then we have the inside, but it still is a pretty good Disney movie, don't get me wrong. Next is The Jungle Book. I still haven't seen this since I got it. I think I remember watching it as a kid, but I just can't remember that much of it now. But, yeah, I'll have to sit down and watch this one before long. And this one's a really nice 2-disc edition. Next up is Lady and the Tramp. Another really good Disney movie. I think I remember most of it, but not all of it. But it is a very good movie. I think definitely one of my other favorites. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any inserts. I got this used. But, it's still in pretty good condition. Next up is The Lion King. I think probably my second favorite Disney movie of all time. Yeah, the last time I saw this was about maybe a year ago. Definitely need to sit down and watch this again before long. And it does come with a slipcase, which I know a lot of people's don't really come with the slipcase. And this is a really nice edition too. Got a nice booklet there. And the DVDs. And next is The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Definitely, in my opinion, the only good Disney sequel that's out there. I haven't seen a lot of them, but most of the Disney sequels I've seen are pretty bad. Because, a lot of the Disney sequels, it seems like they're basically just, the same characters singing songs throughout the whole movie, and there's nothing else, like no story or anything. But this one's actually different. It actually does have a very good story to it about Simba's daughter, and she falls in love with this lion who's one of the outsiders, and the outsiders were on Scar's side, and they plan to follow right in his footprints. And their mission is to kill Simba, but she ends up falling in love with one of them. And of course Simba doesn't approve of him because he's one of the outsiders, and it's a really good movie. I definitely really enjoyed this movie. And then we have the inside. Next is The Little Mermaid. And for those of you who are wondering, this one is my favorite Disney movie. I'm sure you've probably been wondering since I started doing these videos. I remember I got this right when it came out. It was before I started really collecting DVDs. I didn't really care a lot about upgrading to DVD from VHS at the time. But this one I just had to get since it's my favorite Disney film. And I think this is the one I've seen the most out of all the Disney movies. And then next is Mary Poppins, which I've not seen yet. I got it as a Christmas gift, I think. I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. And I have to be honest, I really don't care to see it that much. Mainly because I'm not a huge fan of the songs in this movie, because I have heard a lot of the songs in it. And personally, they're just not my favorite. But I might sit down and watch this movie one day. And if any of you like this movie, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. And then we have another 2-disc edition. Next up is a pretty bad one. It's Meet the Robinsons. I remember wanting to see this so bad when I saw the commercials on TV, so I even went ahead and bought it. And I have to say, I really, really didn't like this one at all. And I actually regretted buying it, to be honest with you. And the only reason I still actually have it is because, one, it hardly sells on eBay, so I don't really think it's worth it. and 2, I want to have it for my Disney collection, just to say I have it. But it's not a very good movie. It's about this boy that travels to the future or something like that. I really can't remember a whole lot about what it's about, but it's not a very good movie in my opinion. I mean, it's a really nice slipcase and a really nice DVD, but the movie overall, I just wasn't impressed. I really wish they'd be quiet up there. Anyway, next up is Mulan. I would say this is probably my second or third favorite Disney movie. They're making a lot of noise out there. Anyway, like I was saying, this is probably my second or third favorite Disney movie. I remember seeing this in theaters about 3 or 4 times when I was younger. It's a really great movie about this girl named Mulan who lives in China, and her father is being forced to fight in this war in China, and she's really scared for his safety and doesn't want him to go because she knows that he'll get killed. And so, like, she steals his armor and all his other things, and she poses as her father and goes out to fight in the war in order to protect her dad. And it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. And then we have the inside of this one. Unfortunately, though, mine doesn't have a slipcase, but I really hope they do re-release this on Blu-ray, because I think it would look pretty good. Next up is National Treasure. Really good Disney movie. I saw this one in the theater, and I've seen it a few more times since then. But yeah, I really do like a lot of movies like this where people go on a big journey to find something like a buried treasure or something like that. And this is a lot like one of those movies, where they have to find clues and pick up pieces along the way and then use them later in their journey. I really like a lot of movies like that, and this is definitely one of them. And then we have the inside of this one. And then, of course, we have National Treasure 2, another one that I saw in the theater. This one's not as good as the first, but it's still pretty good. If I remember right, a lot of people didn't really care for it, but I thought it was pretty good. I've seen it a few times. I saw it once in school as well, and then I saw it again on DVD. But yeah, I would recommend seeing this one. And then we have the inside of this. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up for part 2, and I'll be back later with part 3.